I was. I just finished purging something and crying, and I probably will break into um, it again because it felt so relieving. Oh, here goes. Today's a big day because I was going to even make this live to further be committed to the delivery of it finally, because um, it's important to trick yourself, I guess, sometimes, to do your soul's bidding. And it has been, what this has to do with the crying, I'm not sure, but as soon as I did my morning ceremony with my tea here, um, it just it wanted to come out, and that's a very, very good thing. And I realized that's another thing that can be documented for people to know, that crying in this childish way, in this full abandonment way, where it just comes right out of your gut, and it feels like a hose, really just cleansing something. And I used to think that I want to know exactly what it is that I'm healing and exactly what it is that I'm cleansing, to realize later on that it isn't the most important part at all. Whatever needs to come out will come out, and you may get a conscious awareness of what it is, and you may not. However, not to go off on tangents, I do intend on keeping these very short. And since the moment I woke up, Spirit was just pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to just finally do it. It's been pushing me for a year, at least. Yeah, about a year. And there's so many excuses that we give ourselves, right? So many reasons why we just don't do what we know that we are hearing that we should do. If it's public speaking or public sharing, the excuses will be, I'm embarrassed, I don't have the right technology, I don't like the way my voice sounds. Yeah, all of them, down to silly things like, yeah, I'll post it later, or wait, I have to edit it, whatever. You know the stuff, and it just never comes out, right? And that is the sad part, that it never comes out. The only thing that actually matters in this entire thing is that Spirit is trying to use your mouth to talk to someone, many someones, and it is not your choice, even if you want to take it that far, to be picky about it. Honestly, that's how I feel, and yet I have procrastinated for a year. That's big. Why I say that now, and why I'm finally putting this online, and again, I'm using an excuse. Even today I said I'm going to make this live. It's going to be live on Facebook, so that I cannot go back. I cannot not post it, and I can feel that I will post this one though, but and yet I said no, I don't really want to, because I turned my phone on airplane mode at night, and when I'm done with my meditation and with my ceremonies, and when I'm like basically completely ready to plug back into the matrix, is when I turn it the airplane mode off. So I just said, I'm very vulnerable right now. I just finished purging and crying something. I'm going to do something that, let's face it, my body is shaking. I was, not anymore, but I was quite nervous about it, because the intention that was pushing through from Spirit from my own spirit, from my higher self, from my own intuition, whatever words you want to use for that stuff, right? Was so powerful that my human was almost being dragged along. It was just like, come on, honey, come on, I'm gonna hold you by the hand. We're gonna do this. We're doing this, okay? We're totally doing this. And my human is like the child going, mommy, okay, but it's like this going to school, for example, your first day. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Like you trust your mom, and you're holding hands with her, and you're excited about going to this new school or to your first day of school ever. But in that one little moment where she's going to let your hand go, and you're going to launch literally into this new aspect of your life. Yeah, can you feel the shivers? And that is exactly what it feels like when you're following the river, spirit. Now, what my higher self wanted to put out today, let's finally get to it. This is my tea. I do tea incantations, tea ceremonies, tea spells every day. I'll make another video about that. She just told me. Do another one about that. Okay. The short version of it is you put your intentions in your tea. You just program your water with any intention that comes to mind that day that you need. Your subconscious and your higher self and your body are much smarter than your brain, so when we just do what comes naturally, what comes intuitively, without rhyme or reason, we're doing better than anything else that we could do, is my belief. What needed to come out today was getting unstuck. Regardless of what stage of your spiritual journey or your life journey, self-development journey, whatever, right, you are in, you will find a time when you're not flying high. It can be a depressive state. It can be a spiritually confused state. It can be simply a place where you don't feel your synchronicities coming and flying and going. Your joy is not quite there. You're pushing for it, Whereas you can remember a week ago, a month ago, there was only flying. You were like a kite or a bird, soaring. Life and all of its juiciness was available to you. And now it's a desert. Or worse, a grimly, slimy, dark, dripping forest of intertwined tree trunks that I'm just making it up as I feel it. And you're there and you're just not soaring, not plugged in with your spirit and that of others, and the connection with the plants and the ocean and the sand under your feet, or the cloud in the skies as you go to work, wherever you are, in whatever environment, whether you're with your animals or with living plants or just inside yourself. That state of blissful belonging. The opposite of that. It's good to even just talk about it. There you go. Just remember. It will happen. That was the point. It will happen. It feels... I feel desperate in that state that I woke up in, and that I have been waking up in for weeks. Of course, it's not always a very temporary thing. And different schools of thought, different teachers, different belief systems will have you come out of it differently. The first one that comes to mind right now is Abraham Hicks. Talk yourself up, reach for the better feeling thought, better feeling state, and just sort of climb out of it. Is there a value in the shadows? Yes. There's definitely a lot of value and a lot of data in the shadows. And I have personally been dedicated to shadow work, very dedicated and committed to it, only to also discover that it can take me far too deep into a place of dysfunction, in which you may think there's value, or I should always speak just for myself. I may think that there's value to just find out after weeks and weeks of being in a deeply depressive, dark, shadowy place of purging and purging and purging, that there's literally nothing. I touch the wall and there's just nothing further to push through, in which case I remembered. Okay. Talk yourself up. Let your light illuminate the space. I can feel right now how many lights are connecting with mine. I can feel that sense of one right now. Because even while doing this video, I basically did this. The act of this video itself is to tell you to do it, one way of doing it, and it is itself the act of doing it, of reconnecting with the flow by listening and almost obeying the messages that are coming through your intuition of what I am supposed to be doing. The longer that I stay away from the messages that keep coming through and giving them human excuses like, I don't have makeup on right now, I can't do it, I'll wait an hour and be all perfect and find the perfect time of day, the perfect lighting, the perfect background, the perfect blah blah, and then I'll do it. Yeah, okay, right. So you gotta ask yourself, how much longer do I want to remain stuck in the ugly feeling of being stuck? Because I am literally refusing to do Spirit's work. For a friend of mine said this sentence the other day, was so perfect. False modesty as well. False modesty. Who am I to be putting out this message. You know, who do you think you are, Eve, thinking that you can have a channel that will benefit people? Honestly, just saying, everything inside of me is laughing. It's laughing at the level of stupidity of this excuse. This. Oh my God! Hold on. Oh my God! Energy is wanting to burst out of me in every single possible way. Crying, yawning. All of these are physical methods of your body releasing. If you don't know that, yes, yawning, crying, shivers, tremors. I really want to be drinking my tea as well at the same time. Are all different ways for your body to say yes, 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 that right there, ding, 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 and point and point and point and point and just follow and point. And yeah, you get chills of excitement when you're on the right track, when you're saying the right thing, when you're speaking truth. If you've ever felt yourself channeling, where you're just listening to yourself talking and you're going, who is saying this is amazing, wow, like, wow, this came out really, or you write or you paint, whichever way of expression you have, and there's those perfect moments of genius, of connection, and you can feel the oh, hold on, I honestly don't want to get overexcited. Actually, I do want to get overexcited. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking all of that excitement that will be called OCD. Oh, no, not OCD, sorry. ADHD energy in this modern world. What ADHD is spirit punching its way through your consciousness, screaming at you from the inside out. So please start listening to me. Start listening. You're not listening. You're trying to rationalize things. Stop it. Be with me. Be with this energy. Be with this glorious amount of power. Jet fuel. Use it. I'm trying to give you jet fuel to fly. And you're trying to turn it off with pills. Oh, I get off on a tangent again. Have joy. So, I think everyone, y'all can feel how this video started and how it's gonna end. And what are we gonna call it? Getting unstuck. If you picture a river, there's the parts of the river that the sun is shining so perfectly. You're floating on this gentle whitewater rapid. The water is pristine. It smells like heaven. Sprinkles are splashing into your face, and you're just cruising at a very comfortable, controlled yet dynamic speed. Can you feel it? You're just in your little tiny raft or no raft. You're just floating. And it's like you are the river. You're in the river, and it's fresh. It's fresh and clean and see-through. You see the other fishes that are flying with you. Maybe you're a fish. You're a salmon. Salmon's going upstream though. Maybe you're not a salmon. You're some other kind of fish. Or you're floating on top of it, whatever it is. That is the flow. But we started this video not in the flow. somehow you got somewhere and busy, distracted, you went into a shadow hunting spree, whatever the reason was, and you got in the sticks there, and the sticks on the side, with the leaves, with the under the branches that are growing on the side of the river, and it got swampy. There's no movement in the swampy, right? So this video, as soon as I woke up, it said, go, do it finally. You know all the steps, you know every single step, including finding, by the way, this is another story, finding these silly, ridiculous things which I had resistance to as well. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the douchebag thing where I'm putting these things in my ear and looking like a douchebag. I'm not spending 150, 60, I don't know how much they cost, dollars to look like a douchebag. Just so I can get the message out. So Spirit offered them to me. I found them. Just found them. After buying my own. Other ones. Spent good money for not so douchey looking ones. But I was meant to have these. And anyway, the point is, no excuses. No excuses. Elaborate or otherwise. To tell the story of getting out of the swampy side of the river, where we have had very legitimate reasons to go into. Who cares? Spirit is calling you out, it will give you pain. If you don't listen for a really long time, you will incur pain. That may not be a very pretty way of talking about our relationship with ourselves, with our higher self, with our subconscious, with spirit, with the powers that be, with our mission in life. Pain is not pretty, and we often wonder why we get it. So far, what I have witnessed in myself and what I have heard from others who have been channeling the truth for decades is the pain is nothing more than the result of not listening, of disconnection, which basically means in everyday words that you are trying to scream a message at yourself. And so if you can get into this one little habit and remind each other all the time, here's another reminder. If you are currently in pain, I just felt that. Whew. Give me a second. Oh. I'm gonna have to disconnect from this because it can. Wow. This is the connection part where. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. Give me a second and then I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm shifting out of the door that I opened when I said pain. Because here's a perfect example. It will drag me to a dysfunctional state in which I will be connected with the pain, mine and everybody else's that I'm able to connect with right now. And I have learned, by the way, to manage the intensity of pain. It's something we can do for ourselves and for all empaths. We have to learn to do this. We're all empaths, by the way. I hate that distinction. I'm an empath. Okay, yeah, sure. No fucking shit. You're alive in your spirit. The empath. Skill is not the right word. The empath feature of this spaceship is really just the radar, the radio. So we're all empaths. We all have radios. The question is, how skilled are we at using it? Okay. So I'm turning the channel right now, basically, because if I tune the channel into the pain too much, it will drift me off into places where I won't necessarily be able to stay present and continue speaking now, because I want to get this video out. Oh, yeah, it's hurting. Okay, let me do it faster. Back. Woo! Wow. And you guys can feel me, can't you? Oh, yes you can. Yes you can. Oh. God, this body's such a vessel. Oh. Ooh. I'm anchoring with you right now. Sorry if you can feel me pulling at your energy, but I need to anchor. Like, I need to dock. I need to dock back into the intention of this video. I'm using your energy for it. That was it. Well, that was basically a demonstration of floating in and out, of connecting with different energies and connecting with the one that will serve your current intention, that is a directive from spirit. Mind being, get this thing out there. Do it. Do it regularly. Just do it, because otherwise I myself will be turning the lights off. There is no punishment. It's not like I will punish you, I will give you pain. Yes, those parts of you will give you whatever motivational experience you will need, and if that's pain, sucks, but unfortunately, if that's the way we know how to listen, through pain, as we get better at it, and myself as well, like sometimes I'll be really good at it and I will listen to the joy messages, you know, I will be learning and following my intuition and my instinct and my path and my mission through joyful messages, and it will just be piling up on itself, just joy, 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 and then, you know, I'll go off and disconnect and find myself in pain. And if we can just remember to say, why am I showing myself this? Why am I showing myself this pain? Why did I concoct these scenarios for myself to be stuck? Obviously, the bigger the pain, the louder the screaming of our own selves, of our spirit, of our mission in life, of God, and the ancestors, and all of the things that you feel speak to you. Because whatever you feel speaks to you is what is speaking to you. That's how it works. There are multiverses of creation. whichever one you connect with is true. There's no right or wrong, okay? There's no truth or non-truth. All is, all speaks, and we play this game of self-parenting in which we build a persona and we test, we lab test. Every lifetime is a lab test of options. What could I do with this avatar in this lifetime? Playing with dolls. Anyway, getting off topic. But yes, get your doll, get your avatar, get your child. To talk itself up in whichever way it knows how. Fitness, music, dancing, friends, food, cooking, whatever feels good. One little step at a time. Follow your bliss. Follow the things that feel good. Don't feel guilty for feeling good about anything, ever. And don't shame yourself for it. Don't beat yourself up for it. I do not want to lecture like I'm lecturing. Oh my God, look at me. I know what I'm doing because I'm on YouTube. Look, it wants to cry. Oh, it's crying again. I love it. I love you. I love you, darling dear. Oh, yes. If that helps me to admit that I don't know what I'm doing as much as all of you and all of everybody else, absolutely it does. Absolutely. I admit it openly all day long, every day. I don't know what I'm doing, and I do know exactly what I'm doing at the same time, simultaneously, all the time. And so do you, I believe. I really believe that. We are so sovereign, and we are so powerful in our existence. As a child, you threw tantrums. Why do you think you threw